Hey Patrick, welcome to the MasterCard Cup. Just want to give you an opportunity here to view your swing at regular speed. We'll let that play on through. We'll put you back in your dress position, and we'll go ahead and take a look at a few things for you. So while we got you back here in your dress position, let's first of all take a look at your posture. So your spine's nice and straight and on a slight tilt. Let me get rid of the arrows. Legs come down into a nicely unlocked position. Arms hang down nice and naturally in front of you. The club works out to the ball. So achieving really good posture here in association with good balance looks great. Let's also go ahead and take a look at your alignment from here. You can see your feet running in this direction. Carry that out towards the fairway. Now, theoretically, your club face is supposed to run parallel to your feet. Parallel lines on camera will have an appearance to converge. With that philosophy, we can see that you're set up pretty much right down the left center of the fairway, so no issues there. I do want to just point out a little bit of something here with your shoulders and your arms. Tough to tell from this vantage point for you, but your forearms, if I were to lay an alignment tool on your forearms, they're going considerably more left, as are your shoulders, than where your feet are going. So we're probably going to see some form of a golf swing that swings from out to in, just due to the fact that your shoulders and arms are set up so open. So I would actually like to see you maybe turn your shoulders a little bit clockwise. Feel like your right elbow sort of drops towards your body a little bit and get your left forearm just a hair higher. So just a little turning of the shoulders and arms would be ideal at address here to help eliminate that out to in move that we're probably going to see here. So let's go ahead and do a little split screen comparison here between you and Jordan Spieth. Sorry, I wanted to put Jordan up on the left-hand side of the screen there, so let me pull you back up again. There we go, and I'll put Jordan on the left. Okay, so we've got some color-coded lines on the screen just to use as a visual reference as it pertains to swing plane. With Jordan, initiates his takeaway by creating good shoulder rotation, bringing the arms and hands back as well as the club. Want to see the club coming back along the red line on plane. We also want to, at the early stages of our golf swing, create some good wrist hinge into play. So right about here, we're going to transition the club head from currently being below and in front of our hands to getting that club head above and behind our hands. So a very important move right there. From here, we're now going to work the golf club from red up towards the blue-yellow V zone. And when we finally set the club at the top of the backswing, we want to have either the left arm in the club situated on the yellow line, anywhere in between the blue-yellow V zone, or physically up on blue. We also want to have full shoulder rotation, and we want to do this about a very stable right leg, all the while maintaining the posture and the spinal axis we achieved at address. If we go ahead and take a look at your motion here, we can see that you definitely draw your hands back, turning your shoulders. You obviously flip the club head in with the hand, so there's a disconnect between the club and your arms relative to swing plane. But as we continue to come back here, if we get full wrist hinge, the club's going to recover, get back into a half-decent position here, which it's almost doing right now. So back into a pretty good position right there. As we work this up to the top of our backswing, let's see where you set yourself. When you finally get to the top, I really like your position here. You've turned your shoulders really, really well. Stable right side, maintaining the posture, spinal axis that you achieved at address. Your arms are in perfect position relative to your core, and the club's in good position relative to your arms. Now, your club might be a little bit laid off. I mean, it's perfectly on that yellow line. We may, ideally, we might have liked to seen that club head be just a little bit more over here and not so laid off. And the reason for that is this is just going to help influence an over-the-top move when we've got the club too laid off like that. Okay. So with Jordan Spieth, want to move the weight from the right to the left, fire the knees and the hips laterally to the target, unwind the core and fire the hands. And in doing so, we want to bring the golf club from the blue-yellow V zone, wherever we set it, and get that golf club to return back to red, as we can see with Jordan Spieth right there. So the golf club has returned back to plane. The other thing that we want to take a look at here is the relationship between the lead forearm and the golf club. I refer to this as the backwards check mark. It simply means the club head right now is remaining above and behind the hands coming into the hitting zone. This is what's going to allow us to create a lot of power in our golf swing let alone he's also going to be able to hit the ball straight due to the fact that we've already mentioned the club has returned back to plane, and this is a main criteria in order to produce straight golf shots. So let's watch you create your transition back into the ball here. Unfortunately, we have an over-the-top move. So your hands travel down yellow out towards blue. Once that happens, the club is following, and the golf club's going to have a very difficult time ever returning back to the red line. So at this point in time, we can go ahead and mark your club head. We can obviously see that your club isn't anywhere close to returning back to plane. We go to the next frame. That club just moves further out in front. Actually, I don't want the arrows again. Moves further out in front, and next frame further. And at this point in time, we're now attacking the ball from what's referred to as outside to inside. So if we just go ahead and connect the dots here, because of that over-the-top move, we can get a pretty good image as to just how steep that club was coming into the ball from in comparison to what we see with Jordan Spieth with the club returning to here. That would be your frame right here. And as he continues to come into the golf shot, that club simply comes into the ball from that red line from on plane. And as I've already stipulated, this is what produces straight golf shots in accordance to our alignment. Lastly, assuming that the club face squares up via having a good grip. So 3 things we need in order to be consistent. We have to aim well. Feet have to run parallel left of our target, as do our hips, knees, shoulders, and arms. And then the club has to return back to plane in order to hit the ball in accordance to that alignment. And then the club face has to square up via having a good grip. Seeing that the downswing planes are vastly different here, we can go ahead and take a look at the pass of the club now. Jordan's club is inside the ball, expanding out, and then moving through in a nice natural subtle arc. Your club was stuck outside the ball, moved to the ball, and then watch where it goes on the way through. Moves straight across. So very simply put, if we square the face up to that path, you'd hit the ball solid, but the problem is obviously it's going to go in that direction. If we happen to over-release the club relative to this path, not only does the ball get pulled to the left, but now all of a sudden we're hitting a pull draw or a pull hook, and it's going to go further left. So your subconscious brain will always tell you in your golf swing, because you're attacking the ball from over the top and out to in, it will tell you to leave the face open. And in that case, hopefully we can block the ball a little right of this, and then have a little bit of left to right spin and create this nice little fade, and the ball will find the intended target. If you happen to leave that club face too open, incredibly we'll block the ball even further right, even though we're swinging aggressively left. At that point in time, the club face had to be seriously open, and we're going to hit some form of a block slice. So the end result of your golf shot is dictated based on the time of the club face, because the club is attacking the ball from the outside, striking the ball, and moving to the inside. If you square the face up, it follows red. Over-release the club follows the smaller red arrows. Leave it wide open follows blue, and time it properly, it'll follow yellow. And that's the kind of golf shot you are hoping for. So you set up nice, a little bit open, meaning a little to the left. You bring that golf club back, you come over the top, swing the club from out to in, and if you time that club face a little bit open, then we can pretty much follow those yellow arrows. But at the end of the day, it does require a lot of timing on your part. As we come through, just want to check out your footwork here with your right foot, see if you get up off your right heel and onto your toe. So when you come through, you're doing a pretty good job trying to get up on the toe, fully get up on the toe, but learn to stand up taller on your left leg when you swing through. You're crouching into your left side, and what we want to do is we want to post up. We want that left leg to get nice and tall through to the finish, okay? And then your finishing position would be perfect. Overall, I mean, you got some really nice athletic qualities with respect to your golf swing. Your hands work well. They come back. They fire through. Your core works well. You coil. You uncoil. You got decent enough footwork that allows you to get to finish. Just for that finish to aesthetically look better, let's again post up on a nice tall left leg when we're done and moving through impact. At the end of the day, if we want to be consistent though, biggest thing for you, you got to learn how to bring this golf club down on plane and prevent this over-the-top move, attacking your ball too steep, out to in, aggressively swinging across and to the left, at that point trying to leave the face open. So I do want to actually just take a look at your club face here and see where it was through impact. Yeah, and it stayed a little bit open. So we're blocking that ball out to the right of where we're swinging, which is left. We can see the ball heading towards the target So that's a good sign. But you got to think about how open that face is. If the ball's starting here, but we're swinging way left, you got to think about how open that club face is. So that ball's going to get out, and it's going to have left to right spin, and it's going to have to go somewhere to the right. But that'll be indicative to how much you left that club face open and how much spin's being imparted on that ball. Okay? Let's see how far we can carry that shot and get a sense of what's going on. So yeah, it's definitely moving right. We lose sight of it now. It's right about out here right now, and it's continuing to move to the right. Okay? Anyways, hope you had a fabulous day. If at any point in time you ever want to work on any of these aspects of your golf game, I'm located over at Glen Abbey in Oakville, obviously where the event was held. Be happy to structure a little program for you. Also, if you're involved with any golf tournaments at all, you guys are looking for a unique gift to provide your guests, feel free to touch base. Be happy to discuss my swing analysis services. Anyways, again, hope you had a great day, and hope you enjoyed getting an opportunity to see your swing on video.